welcome back to another episode of the Real Health Podcast. Today, we are talking through the 10 foods that you should avoid to live healthier in 2025. These are foods that are typically banned in other countries, but they are still consumed in America as well as some other countries. So we're going to talk about 10 foods that we need to avoid to live healthier in 2025. So let's go dive right in. We're going to talk through the first one. And the first one is farm-raised salmon. So farm-raised salmon is typically grown in the Atlantic Ocean. So you would also hear this as Atlantic salmon. But the problem with farm-raised salmon or Atlantic salmon is that it's higher in mercury content. It has artificial dyes that make it a pink color. Okay, so it's a pink dye that kind of mimics astaxanthin, but it's a chemical that causes the fish or the meat to be pink, and it has very low omega-3 content. Okay, so this farm-raised salmon is banned in countries like Australia, and the issue with farm-raised salmon is not only does it have mercury and low omega-3 content, but it is very high in certain toxins that are kind of like your forever toxins. They're bioaccumulating in your body over years that then are actually passed on to the next generation. So when out in the store, it is way more expensive. I get it. But I would rather you just not buy farm-raised salmon and purchase wild-caught salmon instead. I would rather you buy, so that would be like a northern cold water fish, okay, wild-caught cold water fish, which have higher omega-3 content, or sardines or anchovies would be definitely better health options. So first thing to remove in 2025 would be farm-raised Atlantic salmon. Stop consuming it. Number 2, artificial food colors and dyes. So I want you to be very mindful of artificial food colorings and dyes that are being put in your child's body typically. These are red dye number 40, yellow dye number 5, yellow dye number 6, and blue dye number 2. These are the most common used in America today, yet they're banned in Norway, they're banned in Austria, and the symptoms are severe. They've been linked to behavioral issues, ADD, ADHD, cancer, and birth defects. So when you're looking at the ingredients and you see these dyes, red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6, blue 2, avoid them at all costs, okay? Especially if you have a child who has any neurological development delay or behavioral issue. And so a lot of times we'll just talk about, oh, they just have a bad day. Well, what did they eat? What did they sneak in? Did they eat the Ritz crackers from their friends at lunch? We got to be looking at those things. Number 2, artificial food colors and dyes. Number 3, dairy products, specifically with something called RBGH, which is a bovine, think of it like a growth hormone. We call it somatotropin, and it acts on the cow's pituitary gland to force more milk production. So cow milk or dairy products with RBGH. Now, you'll look for, so which ones don't have it? It'll say cows were not raised with RBGH. It'll say it on the label. This is a growth hormone that Monsanto developed, and it's estimated about 1 out of 6 cows in America are injected. Yet this hormone is banned in Israel, Australia, Canada, and the issues are that it causes colorectal cancer, prostate cancer, and breast cancer. It's very carcinogenic to the body. So make sure you're looking at your dairy products and avoiding dairy products with RBGH. It's a specific type of growth hormone. Number 4, it's not food, but it's more important in my opinion. Stop consuming water of any source besides reverse osmosis with post-mineralized water. So what am I talking about here? Well, your filtered water, your refrigerator filter, your Brita filter, right? Yes, it may reduce chlorine content, it may reduce other chemicals, but it doesn't remove heavy metals. It doesn't remove medications and hormones that are typically found in our water supply now. And so it's vital that we filter our water properly, especially the water that we're drinking. And in particular, we want to drink reverse osmosis water. This type of membrane creates a perfect water molecule, H2O. But the problem is you don't want to just consume H2O, so you want a remineralizer. Now you can get mineral drops that you can put in your water. You can buy reverse osmosis systems with a remineralizer filter. And most of them cost around $200 to $300. So they're not very expensive. And the filters last for 6 months. You just interchange them, very easy. But we got to be more careful and conscious about the water that we are consuming. So in 2025, you're going to ditch your water bottles, you're going to ditch your Brita, and you're going to get to a reverse osmosis water filter system. If there's one thing you do today, the one thing I would recommend is a reverse osmosis water filter system you put in your kitchen under your sink. Number 5, last podcast, we talked about hydrogenated oils, and I'm going to hit it again. Remove hydrogenated oils. These are known to cause neuroinflammation, brain inflammation. These are major hormone disruptors. They are banned in so many countries, especially Europe, yet we consume them abundantly here in America. Remove. Number 5, hydrogenated oils. Number 6, stop consuming U.S. pork, conventional pork in the U.S. So conventional pork in the U.S. is injected, the pigs are injected with a particular chemical called a ractopamine. And ractopamine accelerates muscle growth, okay? So as it helps the pig grow in size, muscle, it also helps reduce fat content. So it's like a steroid. The issue is not only is it banned in China, which should tell you something, Russia and Europe, but the cause of this medication that is in pigs is infertility, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, hyperactivity in kids, ADHD, and literally creates DNA mutation. Okay? So we need to be buying humanely raised pork that's specifically not injected with this particular chemical. Number 7, I want you to avoid brominated breads and grains. Brominated breads. So when you see bread and grains on the market, a lot of times you'll see it's brominated, okay? So what it means is they are putting in something called potassium brominate. Potassium brominate is an additive that's used to help accelerate the baking process. So in essence, it takes, let's just say, an hour to bake bread in a large industry that's pushing out a lot of bread products, and it cuts the time significantly, reduces time to produce the same product. That's why they brominate the flour. The problem is potassium brominate, okay, brominated flour is carcinogenic. It causes cancer and neurodegenerative conditions. It is a neuroinflammatory, or it causes inflammation within the nervous system. It is banned in the UK. It's banned in Canada. It's banned in Peru. And so when you're looking at grains and breads and pastas and muffins, 1, I wouldn't suggest them. But 2, if you are still in that stage of life and consuming those, make sure you're not consuming brominated flour. Okay? Number 8, remove high fructose corn syrup. Need I say more? But I will. High fructose corn syrup is a major endocrine disruptor. It messes up your hormone system, particularly your insulin sensitivity. It drives type 2 diabetes. Yet, if we look at, let's just say, a Gatorade, high fructose corn syrup, and artificial food colorings and dyes that our kids are slamming while they're working out or playing soccer or playing basketball. Stop giving them Gatorade. Stop giving them Powerade. Stop giving them artificial dyes, colors, and high fructose corn syrup. It will disrupt their metabolism. Well, they're so lean and they're burning it off. No, it is a toxin that is creating an inflammatory effect to their cell membrane. Get it out of their body. Number 9, in the sugar field, still talking about sugar now, cane sugar. Okay? Cane sugar is an issue. Not only is cane sugar a problem with like insulin sensitivity and spiking blood sugar, but most cane sugar, 90% in America, is treated with something called atrazine. Atrazine. Now, atrazine is an herbicide that's sprayed on cane, sugar cane. So what they make cane sugar out of, atrazine as an herbicide, has been known to cause birth defects, infertility, reproductive tumors, neurodegeneration, or muscle degeneration, and it's banned in Europe. They don't even use it in Europe. We still use it here in America. And in particular, it's abundantly found in cane sugar. Now, it's found in other things, like, again, going back to your Ritz crackers. It is, though, what most people see it when they go to the store, like, oh, cane sugar is just sugar, it's just natural sugar. The problem is it's treated with this herbicide called atrazine. Now, would organic cane sugar be treated with atrazine? No. Organic cane sugar wouldn't. So that would be a better alternative option, but we're still focused on regulating your metabolism and creating metabolic flexibility, so we're not trying to use sugar. Number 10, the last one, is going to hit home for a lot of you on this health journey that's probably further along. Remove nut milks. Nut milks. Almond milk, rice milk, oat milk, because they have a particular chemical. It's called carrageenan. It's derived from seaweed, but carrageenan, you'll see it on the back of your nut milks. If you look on the back, it'll say carrageenan. So carrageenan. It causes inflammation, heart disease, neurodegeneration, and insulin resistance. It's banned in Europe, not even used in Europe, but yet we use it abundantly here in our nut milks. So you have your latte with oat milk. Well, there's some glyphosate and carrageenan. So let's get rid of the nut milks in 2025. Those are the top 10. If you want to live a healthier 2025 and you're already on a health journey, one of these probably stuck out to you today. And my challenge to you would be, look at the list and remove one every month. And by the end of the year, you'll remove the top 10 real health podcast items for creating sickness and harm in your body, in the body of your children and family. So those are the top 10. Hope that was helpful. And here is to a better 2025. I'm so excited for this year to come. Thanks again for listening to another episode of the Real Health Podcast. Our passion is to add value to your healthcare journey. Anything that we do, we want to do it within a community to help as many people as possible. Thanks for listening to episodes of the Real Health Podcast. If you could subscribe, and you can share, it would help our mission to reach as many people with real health that produces real results for real people.